Who wrote this?
Never move and you're fine.
1 Ocean 10. Respond code 3.
Hello everyone, as always I am Peter and this is willyoupressthebutton.com. So this is basically gives you a thing that you can get as like a benefit to you, but there's a downside to it, so we have to decide as a pair whether or not we're actually going to do it or not. So let's find out. So I'm going to let her read because we just got done doing like a whole slew of Outlast and I've been drinking to keep my nerves down and now I can't read to save my life, so she's going to do all the reading.
Okay.
So go ahead.
Will you press the button? You can type 500 words per minute and get a highly paid and stable job as a closed captionist and or court reporter. But you can only type in all caps for the rest of your life, even outside of work, Skype, games, Yahoo, all caps forever.
That would piss off so many people who would say like in the comments like, stop doing caps or please don't use caps or bots.
Why? Like, I get it that like it has come to the point where like we all read caps as yelling, which is why I just yelled all of that. But like,
proving our point.
But
it just,
why does that bot? It's just in caps.
It frustrates people and it makes people uncomfortable because they feel like they're being yelled at. Yeah, because like even before there was the internet, if you read a novel and there was all caps, it was yelling. It was implied yelling. So it's like
okay, but here's the thing: if you have a job as a closed captionist, it's all in It's all in caps anyway, right? Most closed captions is in caps.
Yeah.
Well, not so much with like streaming stuff now, but
yeah.
And as a court reporter, most things are yelling.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wouldn't do it because, you know, if they added... Here's the thing. If they added, you know, and you didn't get carpal tunnel...
There's that.
But also, like, I don't mind caps lock for the rest of my life.
Yeah, you just have to explain to people later that.
Yeah, like I'm not yelling. I am like.
My cap locks is stuck.
Yeah, and like they'll be like, "We'll get a new computer, and like, nope, I'm cursed.
Okay, so you would do it?
Yeah, I think so.
I think so too, because like it's just a matter of explaining.
A highly paid and stable job over having to explain to people.
Yeah, you're just gonna get tired of doing it, but you're gonna explain it to people. So yeah, I would do it.
Make a sign.
So we're gonna press the button.
Okay. You get a visa to live in America, but you can never return home. This is unfair. We live in America.
We live in America. We don't have.
So yes, we're gonna push the button.
We don't have the feels for this one that somebody else would. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna hit the button. All right. Good dilemma. Yeah. You have to rate every single one, so you might see that. All right.
You can swap genders at will, but Africa. No, I'm not pushing the button. Why did this happen? This is not okay. Who made this when they are in trouble?
Oh my god! I thought that would be awesome because, like, I mean, I wouldn't mind being female every now and then, but like.
But not if Africa
dies.
Not
if all of Africa dies.
Who made this?
Oh my god! Well, that's the point of this, is to be like completely. This is what it should be. Is something terrible. Okay, I would not press. We would not do that. We're on the good side of the D&D. Like I'm neutral good.
I'm chaotic good.
She's chaotic good. So we're on the good side. This wouldn't happen. So I know some lawful evil people who might do it. You know who I'm talking about. You're watching this right now. Anyway.
You can live in an animated movie, but you will always die only to be reborn again and have the same fate. Why would I want to live in an animated movie?
Yeah, and have to like revisit everything all over again.
All of that all over again.
No, I would say no, wouldn't you?
No, no, I'm not pressing the button.
Good one, but okay.
Your new best friend is a flying magical carpet who will never die and cannot be damaged in any way. You can't eat any foods other than lemons and with Tabasco all over it. No, I'm not pushing the button. I like food and I don't need a flying magic carpet.
Yeah, feel the same way. I have a car too. Yeah, it works. Okay, next.
You get to have your dream car, and you never have to pay for gas insurance or repairs, but you can never wash it. I'm fine with it. I'm cool.
That's cool. Yeah, I'm good with that. I don't care how it looks. like
can
mud.
never watch it. That doesn't mean anyone else can.
Yeah, that's true. I love having mud on my car. In fact, the last time I went somewhere where it was mud,
cool.
I purposely drove through that
Right through
shit.
the mud.
All right, next one.
You get to have sex with any person that you want, but your life shortens by 50% every time. So you can only have sex.
A couple of times.
It's exponential. So no, I'm not gonna do that.
No, I'd rather
Like,
live a full life.
there's a good chance that, like, in my full life, I'm gonna get to have sex with quite a few people I want. And then maybe one day eventually find the one person that, like, I'm like, cool, we can just be the only people we have sex with for the rest of...
And without the consequence of having your life shortened. So...
Because sex is actually great exercise.
Yes. So...
We're not pushing the button.
We're not pushing the button on this one. Next.
You get everything you've ever wanted, but you have near-death experiences every 5 hours.
That's not terrible.
Near-death.
Near death.
Chances are, if you're having near-death experiences every 5 hours, you're living a pretty exciting life.
And having everything you ever wanted.
Yeah.
So, and it wouldn't be an issue for sleeping because, you know, like at night when you have your near-death experience, you're like, oh good, I have 5 hours to sleep, and when I wake up, near-death experience, like your ceiling fan's gonna collapse on top of you and like try to like saw you in half, but you don't die.
Dead.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, you might lose your hair, or it might go gray very fast.
Yeah.
And you might have like significant heart problems, but
you'll never have like a death because of a heart attack, because you might have a heart attack and end up in the hospital, because that's a near-death experience. But you might
because yeah, I guess so. I mean, there's always the chance that the near-death experiences put you into shock, but they're near-death experiences. They're not actual.
Yeah, so I would press it.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, okay, we're pressing this one. And next one.
You will embark on a relationship with a person who is attractive, completes you emotionally, spiritually, and intellectually, but the physical side of your relationship is less than satisfactory.
I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with that, because if you complete me emotionally, spiritually, and intellectually, I can deal with simply less than satisfactory. Like, it's not everything.
It's not everything.
It's still good.
But like, human nature is that you need to be physically attracted to the person that you're also with,
right,
in some way. You know, because that's just human nature. We can't escape the way our minds are wired. That's evolution. It's you know, reproduction is based on beauty and attractiveness. That's just the way it's always been. But becoming intelligent people over the decades and centuries and whatnot, you know, we've grown more towards emotional, spiritual, and intellectual. But there's always that primal, if I can say that term,
right,
you know, physical aspect of things.
Someone who completes me emotionally is way more like
attractive
and way more like satisfying.
Yeah.
Than just someone who can fulfill me physically. Yes,
absolutely, and that's the thing. So I would press the button. Yeah. All right. So next one. This is simple.
You are beautiful, but you think you are ugly. I think this is probably true for most people.
It is
already. So why not hit the button?
Yeah, why not?
You will have incredibly lucid dreams each night, but as time goes on, the dreams will start to get longer and longer. Eventually, your dreams will be entire lifetimes, even if you only sleep for a few hours. The line between your dreams and your reality will become blurred, and eventually you'll become afraid of sleeping.
Oh my god! I don't know about this one.
Is it bad that I'm like, yeah, fucking do it?
Yeah, we got to think like.
But no, it's the becoming afraid of sleeping that I was okay.
Yeah.
Like even the blurred line between reality and dream.
It reminds me of an episode of Star Trek Next Generation where Picard finds a probe that he ends up in it. The probe enters his mind and makes him live the life of somebody on this planet, of a planet that's dying, but it has a very intelligent civilization on it. But the planet is dying because it's getting hotter and hotter. And the issue is that they made the probe so that people would remember, you know, who this civilization was through the probe. But it got to the point where Picard thought that, you know, this was his real life, like the Starship Enterprise and the Federation, none of that was real, that this life on the planet was real, and he had just dreamed it all during a fever. But then at the end he discovered he had lived an entire lifetime in a dream, and he returned to his starship as the captain and realized he had lived this entire lifetime and had just returned like moments later to his actual life. I don't know how I would feel about that, because a benefit would be that you lived an entire lifetime and you learned all the lessons of that lifetime.
Right.
But then you return to another one having all that information and being wiser because of it, but having to live again.
See, my whole thing is I am purely a my spirituality, or my most fulfilling is experience as much as you can within certain limits.
Yeah.
Within the limits of, being a virtuous person for the most part.
I have no problem with my Picard scenario. I have no
Right.
problem with that, because that was finite. Eventually the probe's program ended and he
Right.
returned.
This is forever.
This is permanent. And that's why I would not hit the button.
Okay.
So,
Let's not hit the button.
Yeah. If it was finite, it would be a different story.
It's split 50. You can attend any convention of any kind anywhere in the world free of charge, but everyone will hate your cosplay no matter what it is. Okay, if you're so vain that you and this is coming from a huge nerd, that other nerds don't like your cosplay, that you're not gonna go to if you're a true devout nerd and not purely a cosplay person, because someone who dedicates that amount of time to cosplay every time they go, I can understand not hitting the button. But if you're just a huge nerd who wants to get into the nerd world where all of the nerd things are, press the freaking button. If you're proud of your cosplay, it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks.
And that's the biggest lesson with cosplay, and it's always the biggest message about cosplay. Is if you are enjoying yourself and you love your costume, do it.
Yeah.
That's always been the thing, because there's always been the haters who were like, oh, you're black so you can't do this cosplay because that person was white in the video game or whatever. Fuck them. Do it anyway. Or because you're overweight and then the character is thin in the movie, whatever. Do it. It doesn't matter. Just do it. So
You want to cosplay that person? Do
yeah.
it.
So I would press the button.
Yeah.
See? Yeah. Okay.
You are the best at whatever you want and rich beyond your wildest dreams, but
A Call of Duty.
a Call of Duty 8-year-old fanboy will shout at you for being a noob and call you a... I don't like that word, so I'm not going to say it. No matter how what?
No matter how what? There's no ending to that sentence. No matter how good you are at it is probably what I would go with that one. So
No matter what, I think. I don't think the how
no
is
matter
going to-
what.
isn't
Yeah,
to be
that
there.
makes sense.
I don't care what a Call of Duty 8-year-old fanboy thinks.
Yeah, if I'm best at whatever I do, you know what? It doesn't matter. I mean,
One of my favorite, not insults, because I don't tend to say it to people, but, way I get across the fact that, a person is just not a good person, or is, not, the worst thing you can be is bad at what you're good at.
yeah.
Don't be bad at what you're good at.
Yeah.
I mean, please love what you're doing,
Yeah.
but don't be bad at it. Don't be bad at it and then be like, this is the thing I do best. You still do it poorly.
All right, so we're good with hitting the button?
Yeah.
All right, good. Let's do the last one here, I think is good.
Yeah.
All right.
A magical tap that dispenses unlimited and whatever flavor milkshake you want. Wow. Appears on the wall of your kitchen. But you can't take it with you if you move, and you get athlete's foot now.
What the? Who wrote this?
Never move and you're fine.
Okay, whoever wrote this is a sadistic bastard. Let me
Because-
just put that out there.
There's creams and sprays for athlete's foot.
Athlete's foot is a bitch, though, if you don't have
It
those.
is a... But go to the store! It doesn't say you can't go to the store and get stuff
I
for it.
know, but you still get it in the first place. I don't even like milkshakes because I'm like partially lactose intolerant, so I wouldn't press it. But what about you? Like, what's your opinion on
I
it?
can make myself a milk. I can make myself a milkshake.
Yeah, so fuck the tap. Like, who needs the tap? I don't know. I'm gonna say no
I'd
to that.
probably be like, where the fuck did that come from?
Yeah.
Why is that there?
I ain't trusting
Who
that.
put sketchy milkshakes in my wall? Where's the milk coming from?
Oh.
Is
God.
it almond milk? Is it cow's milk? Is it goat's milk? Is it
breast milk?
people milk? Like, it's all breast milk.
You put it lightly. I just went right there.
Is
All
it
right.
people milk?
Technically, any milk is breast milk.
Yes, any milk is, or udder milk,
Yes,
which is
it's udder
just a
milk.
breast.
Udder is another word for breast, so let's put it that way. I'm gonna hit no. What about you?
Yeah, no.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think that's it for this. So
We had some very deep moments.
it's a very. I didn't
Very
expect
deep
that.
moments.
See, if it was just me
With
playing
will
this
you
by
press the
myself,
button?
I would never have had these deep moments.
Well, you wouldn't have talked to yourself quite that much.
And I talk to myself a lot, so I have to thank Kim for actually being here for this one. So,
Hey.
thank you guys for watching. We'll do something else in the future. So, see you next time.
Bye!
Life.